year in review. So we're gonna go over some stats later. Gonna talk about comp, where I think comp is going, tourneys, where I think we're headed, and also revisit some of the highlights of this year. Talk about which teams emerged, which teams declined, and in general, I would say, for me, 2024 was the year of the comebacks. If you think about it, we got Dan, who came back, who wasn't playing at the start of 2024. We had Pedro, who came back. We had Eternal, who came back. Oboy, who came back. Trauma. X9 disbanded initially briefly and came back. Roy came back. A bunch of like Trauma players, the VOC. We had a lot of comebacks this year. And a lot of people who came back are still playing. Interesting. Also, we also had, I think, more global reach this year than we ever had before. But yeah, I'll talk about that in a bit. So first, we'll talk about early 2024. I would say this was characterized by 3 major events. It was the 2 Hens tourneys and the COTF, which I know was part of December, but it feels like kind of early chink in the armor of Elysium. Because if you remember, Elysium like went into the year kind of looking unstoppable, right? Like I think Elysium was on a winning streak since like September or something. Like ever since Zaka joined, I think they won every single game, including group stage games. And then the first time they lost was actually COTF in December against X9. But yeah, they went in again looking strong, winning DBD League Winter Circuit 4-0, the most one-sided DBD League final ever, at least that I can remember, against Calamity. And then X9 comes back, wins the first Hens tourney with the infamous Xenomorph game. And before the second one, Zaka remakes Eternal with Dan, who comes back, Nightlight, who rejoins from Ariandel, Spitz, who came from, what was it, Eternum, Roy and Ivan. I don't know if people remember, but before the second Hens tourney, I don't think there was ever as much beef and content and excitement. Like everyone had a different opinion about who was going to win. It was really like a special era, I think. But X9, almost like mad, like they had a number of insane matches, comebacks, notably the semifinal against Eternal. Won the second Hens tourney, destroying everyone's expectations. And then DBD League Season 9 started. So this is what I would say like early 2024 was like. It was, the 2 Hens tourneys was a big deal. Then we had mid 2024, we had Eternal starting to become unstoppable and the comp apocalypse. Where you steal all Eternal viewers, was that guy's 11 viewers now. I think there was a bet, right? Something about shaving. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds familiar, rings a bell. I'm not sure. But yeah, I had a falling out with Ellie. Kexo also left to Eternal. Doc became inactive. Main roster at Ellie at the time was Silly and Marcos. X9 also disbands after multiple underwhelming performances. They lost a bunch of, even though they were unimportant games, it was still, they lost convincingly against Eternal in some group stage games. And I think didn't show up in one of the finals in Arcade. And Wispy, as a result of both the inconsistency and the stuff he said on Twitter and the stream, got banned. So NA was in the ditch. Ariano disbands. So this is like this kind of period combined then with the Twitter controversy, I think kind of caused a little bit of a mid-year dark age for comp. Like, I don't know if people remember mid-year 2023, but it was kind of similar, where in mid-year 2023, Eternal was really dominant, and I feel like there wasn't much optimism. And the compocalypse is, what does calypse have a K and not a C? I don't know, bro. I'm German, bro. Shut up. All right. Allow it. Bro, I don't know if people remember, if you were on Twitter during this time, I don't know, it just felt like people were so much more aggressive. It felt like there was blood in the water. Like, do you guys remember that people who were on Twitter at that time? Like, maybe it was because of the run-up to the election or something. Maybe it was, like, really polarized for some reason. It just felt so... It like, Twitter was so toxic for, like, a few months. Like, everyone was canceling everyone. Not even in DBD. Like, outside of DBD. It was, like, I think it was around the time Mr. Beast got canceled, too, and Diddy, and, like, everyone was canceling everyone, and... Twitter is always toxic, yeah, but I feel like during like mid 2024, I don't know if Elon like flicked the switch, bro. Like this is the kind of conspiracy theory I'd believe in. Elon like flicked the switch and made things a bit more toxic. like more I don't know. But yeah, they didn't. Yeah, okay, I don't know, bro. It's just I don't know. I don't know about enough backstory. I'm just saying, like it was like that combined with like NOS, the comp alliance, like it was really, it felt like really uneasy, like scary environment at the time. Like it was, I didn't even use Twitter that much because it was just stressful. But I think things have calmed down a bit by now. Like people are in a better mood again. That's what it feels like anyway. I don't know if I'm tripping or if I'm imagining things, but that was the vibe I got. But yeah, there was like that combined with Eternal seemingly not having much competition, with Ellie arguably being at a low point, X9 disbanding. Like Eternal was kind of just like pub stomping all the competition in mid 2024. But yeah, that was another dark age. But let's look at the late part of 2024. We got Oracle came back, Tremor Ascent forming a new NA super team, Severance and Calamity establishing themselves as actual threats, both to Eternal and Elysium. Like both Severance and Calamity has gotten close to beating, and even has beat the two top teams like a number of times now. And bro, who the fuck, bro? Aren't you the SA like trash talker who uploads everyone? Knizen, isn't that you? Why are you coming in my chat saying yo unban? What do you think is gonna happen, bro? You think I'm gonna like, oh, okay, Knizen is in my chat, guys. Let me unban him real quick in DBD League. Bro, like, yeah, okay, sure, buddy. Let me pause the stream real quick for you. Yeah, then Jinx on the horizon. I'm really excited to see how far Jinx goes. They've been doing very well consistently against other mid-range teams, but we haven't seen them play against the top teams that much. I think they beat Elysium in the one matchup they had. It was like S tiers, I think, Norse Blight. But I'm excited. I want to see what Jinx ends up doing. You know, I want to see how they perform. Eternal still winning most tourneys until All Hallows League, but I think All Hallows League genuinely seemed like a chink in the armor. Like it's like tradition that DBD League is like the one tournament where Eternal was always turning up, but they got close to losing the Severance. It really came down to the wire in that, and then they lost to Calamity and Elysium back to back, which is not. Don't misinterpret. I don't think that means Eternal is now not the best team. I still think they're currently the best team. But I think some of their performances, it's more like you can see Eternal's not grinding as hard. Yeah, but I feel like even like say the Myers games, right? Like I feel like that kind of thing would not happen before, even if they weren't grinding. Like I feel like what was it number of like 4K3s or something, like 2 or 3 in a row. But again, don't misinterpret this. This doesn't mean like all of a sudden I'm an Eternal hater. It's just it seems like I think you can be more optimistic. Like it really in mid 2024, it literally seemed like no other team had a chance. It was like that's it. No other team is ever going to win another tournament. But like I think All Hallows League kind of showed that other teams have something to prove as well. And so I'm excited for that because it means more teams are joining. Oracle, like Ascent, with basically Angels instead of Wispy. We'll see how he does. Severance, Calamity really playing well, probably outperforming everyone's expectations. I didn't think Calamity was going to do that well after Laser left. Without like, I thought they were not going to do as well, but they've been really turning up. And so now in the next, we've got multiple World Cups, first Rydic and later probably Hens around the corner. So that's going to be something to look forward to in 2025. So yeah, brief review. Oh, wait, did I? Okay, we can actually go through some viewers numbers first as well. But no SLUGFEST, no SLUGFEST. I looked at some. Do you guys see the Scott Junt video where he like went through and showed that almost all the major streamers are declining in viewership? Like almost every DBD streamer is declining in viewership, with the exception of notably like comp content creators, right? And like the proof is in the pudding. If you look at some creators, by the way, this is an accident, but these inverted logos look sick, bro. I don't know. This actually looks fire. But like you see a lot of I mean, COMPDBD started uploading less, but also if people forget, COMPDBD started his channel in February. He wasn't even around in January of 2024. Like we didn't have a COMPDBD YouTube channel. That was massive. Like that was massive for the scene to have like a highlight channel, make people relatable. He like it was this is a huge impact. And Like he's still like doing very well, getting like close to 250,000 monthly video views. Zaka popping off on stream like crazy, like Xeno getting increasing viewership, Nightlight. I mean, DBD like looks like they're dropping, but it's actually like because they only streamed one, I think, community night something. But also compared to like last year, they're performing better, around the same. Also, we have Spitz, who's like in popping off like crazy. Like this guy is getting like this channel is exploding. Like I don't know if you've noticed, but like even like Ivan, like V1 looking a bit inconsistent over here. I don't know what that's up to, but also compared to 2024, I guess somewhat growing. Or like V1 looking kind of crazy over here. Pedro growing. These are the monthly ladder matches, but I also wanted to show. I made a more detailed chart, but you can see like a lot of these content creators are growing, while all the other content creators are. Like most DBD content creators are declining right now in viewership, which is interesting. And I think it shows that there's like a lot of demand for high level DBD gameplay. Also, okay, this is insane color scheme. But I just took a look at Hence's channel, right? I looked at the most popular videos. Hold on, let me actually, this kind of looks too crazy. Hold on, let me reload the slide. Okay, here we go. This is a bit better. The colors worked well for the channels, but not for this. Like if you look, that are always increased in February. I don't know, bro. If you look at Hence's most popular videos, like it's getting the World Escape record, like with comp players, Skull Merchant, CM9 against Eternal, pros. This one is an exception. Pro Killers, Miracle Run in the Hence Community Cup, Hardcore Survivor. Like it's all like his most popular videos on this main channel are like high level DBD gameplay. And Hence obviously does something that comp players don't do, which is put effort into editing, like that kind of stuff. Like I think like Hence is probably a really good use case for that. Like people really want to see high level DBD still, and there's still like an appetite for that. Community Cup video was extremely well made. Yeah, I mean, bro, of course it was, bro. V1 was in that. Of course it was well made. No, I'm joking. To be fair, it's funny, bro. I think I'm in this one, I'm in this one, I'm in this one, I'm in this one, and I'm in this one. I'm carrying Hence's YouTube channel, bro. You heard it here first, bro. It's tell Hence I said that. I'm joking. It was good despite V1 being in it. Okay, bro, I see how it is. But yeah, and also maybe something that people aren't aware of as much, that's like kind of going on in the background, because this is not as visible. But I went through the SCRIMS channel and looked at the yearly numbers like of messages posted in each channel, and you really see like way more people looking for team, looking for scrims, looking for pugs. Pugs grew by almost double the amount this year, and ladder grew like crazy as well in comparison to 2023. So like there really are people who are joining, who are looking for 1v1s, who are playing like behind the scenes in the background, people getting into the scene. What are pugs? Pickup games. Yeah, pickup games. It's basically playing with random people who are not on your team. So this is really, I mean, this is a really this makes me really optimistic seeing this. Like there's a lot of, I think, new players who are joining and trying it out, sticking around, because otherwise the numbers would go down. So this is like going on in the background. Like this is the front, like personalities becoming more and more famous, more and more popular. And in the background, you have more and more people who are looking to get into the competitive scene. So yeah, summary, things to look forward to. 2024 was the year of the comebacks. Like I said, a lot of teams, a lot of players coming back. Also, something people might forget is exit lag. At the start of 2024, you had no exit lag allowed in tournaments. Massive change. What do you think of the new influx of players in Puckstar server? I think we have to do a cleansing of the Puckstar server. No, I'm joking. You looked at comp Twitch streamers and compared them to casual. Yeah, that was Scott, right, in his video. Why isn't that with SCRIMS? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's a huge one too, of course. But yeah, I think we had way more. We have like 2024 also was a year, I think, of global reach. Like I think people didn't even realize that there was like Japanese players who were interested in a Western type rule set. And recently we had the World Cup, even though it was a debacle and probably didn't have very good tourney staff. There was the Eastern World Cup, where like countries like China, Japan, South Korea, Australia We're competing. Eternal versus China coming up. Yep, that's another thing gonna come up. So I think we're probably gonna see way more global collaboration, global reach in 2025. That's one of my guesses. Then the golden age of DBD probably coming up with the Five Nights at Freddy's. This might be the all-time peak. I can't imagine, like, this might be the actual golden age for Dead by Daylight. I can very much imagine that we have the highest amount of player numbers DBD's ever had with the release of this chapter, and I'm really, really excited for that. Something to really look forward to. And also, if you look at the Steam charts, DBD is like already kind of doing well. Like they're not, they've been around like 30 to 35K consistently for like the last 2 years or something, even slightly growing probably. Yeah, they were at the peak at 2021, and they dropped off in 2022, but they've been like growing slightly, been consistent since then. And this is at a time, keep that in mind, this is when Skull Merchant 3-gen, Eruption Call of Brine 3-gen, like Knight and Skull Merchant back-to-back chapters. This was DBD in 2023. Like if the game can survive this kind of dogshit metas in 2023 with Skull Merchant and Knight and insane and made for this meta and like insanely annoying perks, if DBD can survive all of that, like this game is gonna last a long time. In my opinion, I think I'm very confident, optimistic about the future of DBD, with considering how resilient they were based on the Skull Merchant and Knight stuff. I feel like any other game, if they released such dogshit chapters back to back, Skull Merchant, Knight, Singularity with Made for this, back to back to back, it would have been over for any other game. I think the DBD added Hong Kong servers recently. I don't remember ever seeing it. Oh, really? That's interesting. Interesting. Okay, yeah, and obviously people mentioned it earlier, more and more content creators doing collabs. Zaka with Sway, Xeno with Zubat, obviously Nightlight with, I think Nightlight did the lot with Albi and also with, what was the other one? Nightlight, and I saw Nightlight and Albi collab streams. SCRIMS, right? Yes, bro, what is that? What is that typing? Killer Whale, yeah, bro, Killer Whale, the Killer Whale collab stream. I think if you're just a random viewer of tournaments, you probably see like the personalities shine through more in games. I think that's super important. Like you want to see people in tournaments that are recognizable, that you can root for or like root against. And if you know what like the players sound like, if you know where they come from, like if you have like some background info, it makes the games much more fun to watch. So all these, like, I think all these collabs are really, really make tournaments more fun to watch for casual players as well. And again, yeah, other summary point is just higher and higher general levels of interest. Like we saw that with the content creator numbers, with the YouTube numbers. One possibility that I'm hoping for, this is what the final thing that I'll talk about. One possibility that I'm hoping for is that some DBD tourney, whether it be DBD League or Hens or a COTF as well, depending more, working with sponsors. Because prize money ceiling, like the potential is so much higher with sponsors. Like we're already kind of scratching the surface with like 5K, 5K tournaments. Like for a lot of people don't realize, for a lot of like smaller tourneys, like sponsors make up like half the prize money. Sometimes more, sometimes sponsors make up like 80% of the prize money. So if tourneys like get their act together, find the sponsor, I think it's a really high possibility that prize money gets much higher. Like the ceiling, the potential is there with sponsors. And that's my hope. That's my prediction. My hope is that 2025 is the year. Like last year, I think my prediction was the year that comp goes mainstream. And I think it kind of has. I mean, it's obviously I think the Compocalypse wasn't that good for comp, but I think we still had a lot of the personalities shine through. We had a bunch of insanely good tournaments. I think the scene became way more recognizable. I think this year, the next year, I hope will be the year that comp goes professional, which includes like sponsors. It includes more global reach. It includes maybe like players and staff and just the general community acting a bit more professionally, which I think they will because I think people are growing up, they're maturing, like people are getting older. So it's like I think 2025. This is my hope. I think this will happen. I think all these things will happen, and I'm really excited. I am super excited for 2025. I think there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic. Five Nights at Freddy's, all the good decisions, and yeah, that is the year in review. The year in review. Thank you everyone for playing. Thank you for watching. We had the Comp Awards first. Hope you guys had fun. I know it was scuffed. That's always scuffed. Okay, but show real votes for best guy. What do you mean, bro? The votes are right. No, the votes are right here, buddy. 33% and 15% for Portugal and 33% for Germany. Cheers to another good year of comp. Oh yeah, another thing with professional. I also hope that we get more oversight. That's one of the things that comes out of 2025. Like more frequent PC checks by people who know what they're doing. Like that's another aspect of professionalism. When Slugfest 3, it's coming soon, bro. Coming soon. DVD. I mean, the DVD alliance is just not a good idea. Like you don't need that. Cheers to another good year. Yeah, I hope things go well. I'm optimistic, and yeah, Slugfest, Slugfest. Were people asking for Slugfest? I don't know, bro. We'll see. We will see. I think maybe it's time. Maybe it's time soon. Slugfest was goated content. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Go hopping, VC hopping, and talking to the players. Well, I have to finish my internship. This is probably gonna finish in February, and after that, I have a lot more time because I'm gonna do DBD and like I don't know if content creation or hosting tourneys or whatever. I'm gonna find a way to spend my time like full time. That's it. That is it for the Comp Awards year in review. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a good time today. And I probably won't stream in a bit. Like maybe I'll stream again in a couple weeks for the next comp review. Keep your eyes out for that. But yeah, for now, that's it. Thank you for watching. Yeah, bro, cheers. Cheers to an awesome 2025. Also, I hope you guys had a good Christmas. And that's it for now, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you around. Goodbye. And bye-bye.